If you're like 85% of the guitar players out there, whenever it comes time to play a solo, you rely heavily on minor pentatonic scales, which is normal because most of Western music is based on those pentatonic scales. Rock, blues, funk, they use these scales heavily. But if you want to advance a little bit and not be limited by those shapes, you're probably considering working with modes. And that can be a very scary subject because there's a lot of modes, there's tons of information out there, and it's often very difficult when you're beginning to blend the modes with all the licks that you already know, those pentatonic licks. I remember when I started getting into modes, it's like as if I had two boxes in my musical head. One box with all the cool pentatonic licks, and I relied on them heavily, and then when I wanted to try some modes, I switched to my modal box, and that was not as fluent as the pentatonic box. Well, I'm going to try to help you out in this matter. Try to help you blend your modes with your pentatonic shapes a natural way, so that whenever you decide to play with modes, they're going to sound really fluent to you, and you're going to be able to blend your pentatonic scales with your modes very easily. Let's take a look at three very commonly used minor modes. Minor because they're going to work on minor chords. Let's take a look at the Dorian mode, the Phrygian mode, and the Aeolian mode. If we look at the first shapes of each one of these modes, we'll find that within these shapes we have hidden minor pentatonic shapes. The first position of each one of these modes is going to incorporate the first position of a minor pentatonic scale. Now that you know that these three commonly used minor modes are simply 7-note scales that include a minor pentatonic, it's pretty easy to blend together all these pentatonic licks that you've acquired over your years of playing with the full 7-note mode. Let's take a practical example. Here's a backing track in the key of D minor, D Aeolian. You know that you can replace your D Aeolian scale by a D minor pentatonic scale. And instead of adding the 2 extra notes right away to make a D Aeolian scale, we're going to focus on one note at a time. Let's start with the 9th. So we're going to play a D minor pentatonic scale with an additional 9th. That's going to give us a 6-note scale. And we'll be able to hear the color of that note blended with our minor pentatonic scales. Let's take a look here. So I could use a D minor pentatonic here. No problem. And we're going to add the 9th, which is found here, here, and here. Let's give that a try. Landed on the 9th there. Let's try it again. It kind of opens up a little bit. Kind of gives you a feel for this particular note. Now let's do the same thing. D minor pentatonic as our bass, and instead of adding the 9th, we're going to add the next note of our scale that we did not include, which is the minor 6th. So now we're going to have, same thing, a 6-note scale, basically a D minor pentatonic with an additional minor 6th. Let's hear how that sounds. So here's the minor 6th. Those are the minor 6th. Let's try pentatonic scale, land on the 6th. Once you're comfortable with the sound of that 6th, you made it. You can easily blend both of these notes, the 9th and the 6th, together within your minor pentatonic scale to sound modal, the easy way. It's going to sound natural. You're not going to feel like you're playing, you know, all those blues licks, minor pentatonic scale licks. And then whenever it comes time to play modal, you're not going to play like just the scale, you know, it's going to sound more natural, more musical. Take that approach with any mode, really. Try to fit a minor or major pentatonic, depending on which type of mode you're working with. Within these modes, work on backing tracks and focus on one note at a time. Master that one note, develop that on the whole fretboard. You'll be good to go. If you have any questions, leave them on the comment. I love to read them and help you out. I'd love to hear what you come up with this and if this is helpful or not. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for subscribing to my videos. And I will see you next Saturday on the weekend edition of the show. Thanks for watching. Until next time, practice well. Salut!